people, welcome to another video. This is a good start to it. Stuck behind a copper, so I've got to be extra good. I thought I'd just make a quick video, all mate for a ride. Actually I had a little idea today, not nothing special especially for you guys, but just thought of a place where I could go ride, somewhere I wouldn't have thought of before. It's just that when I was a kid, because my mum's family lived just outside of Norwich, we did actually move out there for a bit. My earliest memories would have been in Norwich in a estate called the Larkman Estate, which is actually North Ireland, but everyone calls it Larkman, partly because the old Larkman pub that isn't there anymore, and the Larkman lane that goes through the middle of it. We moved out there, but we weren't at this house for very long. Cool, how old would I have been? I don't know, I could have been anywhere between 1 and 2 when we moved there, so I'd only been there like a couple of years, because I think I'd turned 4 just before we moved out. I know I was old enough to have started school, because I remember going to play school there. That was an old green building, and I remember starting school because even for a little bit my mum had a job there as a dinner lady. I thought I'd go and just see if I recognise it at all. Just gives me an excuse to ride somewhere a bit different. The other thing I was going to talk about along the way was Sink the Planet. I could have lied a bit and say, right, we're now on Sink the Planet. I could have changed my clock to the odometer, no one would know the time. I could say, right, I'm now on Sink the Planet, and put a Sink the Planet video up, but I don't like to deceive people. That's not in my nature, you know. I was a bit gutted I missed it. It's just that I totally forgot about it for, well, probably since I last done the video about it pretty much. And not long after that I totally forgot about it, and I got into a habit of being up really late, and I was doing the same again last night, so I wasn't up in time. I was a little gutted about that, but still at the same time I probably wouldn't have had a subject to talk about, wouldn't know what to talk about. I don't know if they actually set one this year or not. As they say, just talk about what you like, or talk about a subject we put on. That's what I've done before. But like I say, I totally forgot about it, so I was totally unprepared for it and everything. That'd just be the same as this anyway. I would have just been on my own out for a ride, so it's not no big deal really, but it's a shame in a way that that's a little bit less support for them as well, because they do deserve more support, because not that many people really talk about it and join in. You know, there are people all over the world who do get involved, but for a worldwide event sort of thing, that doesn't get the recognition it should. It's like my YouTube channel is bigger than theirs, you know. That's saying something, you know. But next year we're braking for us, gonna need to brake. Don't price this is of any good engine braking. Battery braking, what would you call it? Well, they have engines as well, don't they? They're not full electric, are they? Or are the new ones? I don't know. Yeah, as always next year, so maybe I'll be more prepared and do something for it, but I might be a little demotivated for it, because there was no real interest in like doing a ride together on my video. But it don't matter really too much. RJ still rides on his own. That's where I came down on my night ride video. We're going to go slightly different way up here. I think I still need to go in the right hand side. Let me think. Yeah, I think that should be okay. I don't want to turn off where I did before, but still. Nice bike there, look, by the looks of it. 16 plate. This is where I turned off last time. I've been down there for a long ass time. Hope the road's still like it used to be. So I remember going down there before all this bypass was built in. Used to have to go through Trace to get up through here. Look, I swore that was a sport bike when I first saw it. It looked totally different on the side as an adventure bike. That's a familiar sight. The bumps in the road, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera as well as I can. It's been resurfaced at some point though. That's a strange feeling. Hope the wind's not crackling my mic too much. That's the annoying thing about this mic adapter. Where that car just came from, that's another way in from the Lakenham area. Used to live there at one time as well. I lived everywhere, mate. I lived everywhere. Maybe I can go back on that way. Oh, building loading new houses here. Hate not having a gear indicator. I just don't know what gear I'm in half the time. I thought I'd learn to just subconsciously count what gears I'm in all the time and know what gear I'm in all the time, but until I go to change gear up and it don't, that's when I know I'm in 6. And then I try to change down a gear and it won't, that's when I know I'm in 1st. Well, it looks totally different now, especially with all this roadworks going on. It's the high school. Never went there, but that was a weird thing about this area. I remember, so I went back here for a little bit, stayed with my gran for a bit, went back to the school I first started at, even remembered some of my mates at the time and that I knew from play school and first part of my first year. But when I came back, I found out that they were in their last year of middle school. I was in the 3rd year of middle school. I'd have then gone up to 4th year of middle school, then high school in Norwich. But out here, I don't know if they still do it the same, but apparently they go from 3rd year straight up to high school and do an extra year at high school. I don't know if this all used to be here. Such a long time ago. Still got family living out here on my mum's side. And my mum don't live that far away really. She lives in Loddon, which is probably a few miles to the left somewhere. 3 miles or so. She got a job out there back in '96. I haven't been paying full attention, I've been looking around and stuff, but I just thought, I wonder if that old building is still there, the old play school. I doubt it. Oh, it is. Why me? I don't know if that's the same thing or not. That looks so different. It used to be proper green. That must be the same thing. These all didn't used to be here, these houses on this roundabout. Windmill Close, that's where my gran lived for a bit. One of the houses there. I remember going to the shops here. Down here, I'm going to turn right somewhere. I remember coming up here, crossing the road there to go to the school, and then down an alleyway further down, old thatched roof building thing. But I remember this sort of corner and stuff. It's been such a long time since I've been down there, I won't recognise it at all. I would have been only like 4 years old last time I came down here. I don't even know where I'd go to get to where I used to live. I just know it was down here somewhere. Be interesting to see if I can find it. See if it looks much the same or not. Like I said, I don't know if it's down there. I don't know if we carry on down there. I can't remember how far we used to walk to get up that end. I remember walking up near the end of the road, and obviously I remember hanging about with friends, mucking about where we did live. So I must have gone past it somewhere or another. Well, I didn't live out that way anyway, so I'm going to have to turn around in there somewhere. Definitely wouldn't know how to have gone down there. Yeah, they must have had to have turned off somewhere. Let's turn around. People around there will be thinking, a bit of a hill, I can't push myself up there, it's too heavy. Oh, I found a dip, that's made it easier. Must have had to have turned off down one of these roads up there. They all look pretty new. Makes me wonder if my sister would remember or not. Certainly a couple of years older than me, but she does seem to remember more things more than I do. I wonder if the alley goes towards it and towards the old park we used to play in, because we used to have to go down alley to get into that. Let's go down to see, what's it say? How? I would have never known there's so many houses and estate down here. I really can't remember any after, like I say, the main road for some reason. It's really strange. I don't think this is the right way either. It just don't feel right. Don't look right down the end there either. Cool old GTO or something. Yeah, definitely don't want to go down there. Let's check no one's coming. I think there's one more road I can check, and that's got to be it. I'm hoping I'll recognise it, because it couldn't have changed that much, even in all these years, because it was like a little dead end area sort of thing. As far as I know, I'd be on this side, but I suppose I could have been that side. I just got a feeling that it's not, but who knows, maybe we'll check that one next if this isn't right. Was there another road that way? No, that's the main road there. I think I might be on the other side. Yeah, definitely not. It's dead end, but tiny, small dead end. As I remember, it was quite a big area, but obviously it'll be smaller than I remember it. Like I say, I was only 4 years old. Well, this was a fail. To me, it feels like it don't exist no more. I'll go have to ask someone sometime. I think I've checked all roads. I may have missed one on that side further down, I'm not sure. I really can't believe I haven't found it, man. But it's definitely down here. Like I said, I remember coming up this way to walk to school, cross the road here, go down that road, and I know that road well because that's where my gran and my great aunt used to live. And the school's down that way as well. Well, the alley to the school, to get in the school properly is somewhere else, but I'm just going to come back down one more time, see if there's another road on the right I didn't check. So that's all that it can be, because none of the other places look like it could be it at all. There's a road here. I don't know if I looked down that and that didn't look right or not, but maybe we'll have a look. Bellamy Way. I'll have one more peek up this way, and if it ain't there, I'm assuming someone stole it. Wish I remembered it more, because then you know, the layout and everything, because then and exactly where the road was, then I'd know if it has been built over and stuff like that. Because most other places I'll know exactly where my house was, what road it was, even if I don't know the name. I'll have to show this footage to my sister and my mum as well and see what they say. At least you didn't have to go all around all the areas with me. I could have cut a lot of what I was waffling on about, and a lot of the riding around backwards and forwards. Oh, that's a little bit guttering. There's someone who live up this area as well. The place is called Pouring Land, which is quite funny because I don't know if they still do it on the signs, but they used to turn the P into a B, so it's a Pouring Land. Kind of funny, especially when you're a kid. It's a riot van doing down this way. Looks like he want me to go ahead. It's kind of him. He either want me to go ahead so I can get to speed and have a bit of fun, or he want to see if I'm naughty. Oh, I can't see a name. Might have just stopped or he might have turned off where I just was. I thought, being that was a fail, I thought I'd go and see if I could find the next house I lived in, which is even further out of Norwich. Nice pause. I'm going to have to make like a wind deflector thing or something for this mic adapter. See if I can sort out that crackling, because that probably is crackling. Obviously I don't know right now because I'm recording, I can't hear what's going on. And things look so different. I don't know how far out it was. I know there are some houses along the right hand side just before we turned off for our route on. Yeah, I'm guessing that's not that, and that's Brook Industrial Park. And it was Brook we lived in. There's some houses. Are they the ones I'm looking for? I don't know. The way they moved away from the road looks like they might be quite far up or on the wrong side. There's some on the right up there. There's some old houses like these ones all up there, what I remember. They're all the original ones. Maybe it was further out. I'm getting it all wrong again. I am as well. This can't be it at all. Don't know if that had been the school we went to. Might have been. There's probably a way through. If it was, we had to walk a fair way to get to it because I haven't found any ways to get through unless that was an old way through. By now I think I should have gone further down before turning off the main road. So I'm going to turn around again. Some geezer standing there in the garden, man, playing on his phone. I always think when I go to places I once lived or go past them, I wouldn't be mad if I'm actually going past someone I knew when I was a kid, but I wouldn't recognise them at all today and they wouldn't recognise me. I'm sure that is the school we went to though, that just looks familiar. So I remember that place quite well, but obviously it looked a lot bigger back then to me than it does now. The street, now if I don't find it further down, I'm going to go down there because I recognise the name of the street. But that might be a way to get through to where my mum lived. I'm sure we turned off on the right to get to where I live though. Something don't seem right there. Everything's changed and moved. Or gone. Yeah, definitely lost it somewhere. Get to that bus stop down there. We'll go out a little bit further and I'm going to turn around, go down the street. I'll probably lose that again now. I can't believe everything seems so different, man. I thought that was going to be a piece of piss to find, so I can remember how it was exactly how to get to it and everything, but things just look so different, all gone. But with the first one, I can't remember exactly how to get to it from the main road. It's one memory my brain decided not to remember, I guess. I remember being at the road, messing about with my mates on the way to school. I can't remember the way to that house or from that house to the main road. But I remember what it looked like at the time around the area where the house was and the flats and things. It's weird. I'm about to turn around. What's the matter with them? Almost done a jump. Not big done. Get some air through me and through the bike. Quite lucky today, it's hot. No, I don't want to go there, do I? It's hot, but there's a nice breeze as well, nice wind really. So it's kept it a little cooler than it's been lately. That's why I've got all my gear on properly. If that was boiling hot, if I wouldn't bother going out on the bike or not all the Ryan, man. Don't see many of them about. Had one of them one. But yeah, so it's nice to be out. I'm still a bit hot in the gear and stuff, but I would be with the thermal lining on the jacket. In any gear you'll still be pretty warm even when it's just a mildly warm day. But what's this going on? a minute. This is familiar. Oh. Now I'm getting confused. Something's gone wrong. Everything's been moved. The world's all shifted and changed. Hello, little fella. God, there's a really strange smell around here. I'm really confused right now. Because this area shouldn't be as it is. I'm sure I went the right way to look at the first house, which was across the other side of the road, but this side is looking all different, and the pond and everything remind me of the second house I was then going to look for. And where that pond is, I'd have been further up here where it was, but that can't be right. Let's get a bit further up and see what we see. St. Peter's Road. That's it. That's the fucking road. Not the first house, the second house. I'm sure of it. Look at that for an old church. I recognise the hedge I fucking went into as a kid on a bike where either the brakes failed or I forgot how to use them. I'm sure that's the hedge right there by that yellow bin thing. And one of my mates used to live up that side road. I remember when it happened, I went flying up the curve straight into the bush, and an old beetle was coming out of the road at the time. Is this the place? Yeah, it is. It's got to be. These houses look right. Things have well, strange things are happening. There it is, that's the house. Wow. I am proper confused right now. Used to be a bus stop outside this house as well. That's where we lived. I'm sure that's the one we lived in. Wow, this is it. But I went out the right way to put. I'm really quite confused right now. But this is the place for the second house. I don't know how I got so confused about this. Don't know why they're waiting there, but that's one of the houses. I'm going to go up this way and see if I can figure out what went wrong. These would have been the houses I said would have been on the right on the way in. I can't remember it coming from such a thin, like, country road. I'm sure we used to come down from the road past through pouring land and then carry on straight to go to work. I can't even concentrate on ride right now, so I've got to be extra careful now. So I'm really confused. So somewhere along the line I've gone wrong. This might have been the turn left bit. Say what area that is down there. It's just a church or place or something. See, we came past in Brook Industrial Park, so it would go down then turn left, not right. But it is. Can't go from 60 miles an hour to, see, pouring land. This is where we should have ended up. I'm sure we used to turn right to go off the thingy. See, there's where it went wrong somehow. This is where the old house was. Oh my god, I got confused somewhere along the line. I'm sure I came down there though. This is where I came down, isn't it? Right, I'm not searching all this area again. I'm going to ask someone. That's really weird. Because when I got further down that way, I'm sure like the place looked similar to this. And I thought when I turned off was turning into this road here on the right, but obviously it wasn't. So I was on the right track for the first one, but for some reason I remember the road different. If I'd have gone down that road where there wasn't a sign saying what was down there, it just said church something when I came out from where the house was, if I turned left there, then it would be right to go in. So that's where people used to turn in, and I can't remember that first turning for some reason. I just remember the right turn to get into where our house was, and ours was the first one of them old wooden things. Nice Mustang, look at this. Nice. Well, that was a weird thing. Like I say, I thought I remembered where things would have been well enough to find the first house. You know, at least find that, but I couldn't even find that. And then the second one, I'm sure that was just straight further out and then turn right, but there was a road that you turn left off, which I didn't realise. I just luckily came in from the other end and recognised where them ponds were. But anyway, I wouldn't put through any more pain of me riding about anymore. That's probably a confusing enough video for you. But at least we got out for a ride and I started chatting shit, and that makes a motovlog, so that's all good. And I'm going to start doing this again as well. For people who make it to the end, you obviously, for some reason, like my videos. I don't know why. But I think they're particularly good because I have nothing special to do. I just go on a random ride and ramble a load of random chicks. But I want to thank you for sticking around, subscribing and all that good stuff. Blimey, Camaro. So don't forget to subscribe, like the video, please. Because I noticed not many people have out since I stopped asking. And I'll see you again in the next video.
And my man compadre, black and white, white and ivory, and black ebony. They can't step to me, weaponry is heavenly. They can't see us in the 313 vicinity. Hey yo, M, ha 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 ha.
Ha ha, I come in like ha ha, I'm ill like nah nah. And y'all don't wanna see me cause I'm ill with the skill.